Hello, it's Belinda, Aussie Stitcher, coming to you on the 2nd of June 2024. I hope everyone is having an amazing start to the month. As I have been doing for the last few videos, I'm going to do a quick update at the beginning. I know most people don't like it, but for me, by the time I get to the end of it, I can't be bothered, and then I don't do it. And which most people don't care anyway. So fast forward a little bit. It's usually not that long, 5 minutes tops. So, freaking fly. We had rain. All that to say, we've had rain. We got 15 mils last night. And might shower again. And this next week is looking reasonably good for rain. Flies are still being highly annoying most of the time. That's rain. So we'll see if people come running in, and I ended up stopping this. So it's been great. It's been colder. I'm wearing jumpers and it's been amazing. And I forgot to get something anyway, which I will get towards the end. I have 2 cups to show you today, but this one is what I got from Michaela for Mother's Day. And it's massive. It's big. I love it. So we had Mother's Day. It was really nice. We were seeding. It is what it is. We finished seeding. We finished seeding a couple of weeks ago, and after umming and ahhing and working out what we were going to do, we've ended up pulling out a paddock or 2 just to be on the safe side. And in theory, if next year is even a better season, as in it rains when it's supposed to, those paddocks will be set up for better crops next year. Even though I did only, I think, 5 no stitching days, I have less stitching because I got sick, the kids got sick, and Michaela fractured her wrist. So she's out of netball, which is the winter sport she plays, for 6 weeks. So she was at school playing sport, and her random noise, her and another kid, you know, are highly competitive, and they're playing soccer. So he kicks the ball as hard as he can because he likes to win, and Michaela was in goalie, and she can't just let a ball go past. She's got to be there and put her hands up and try and stop it, and it bent her hand back. End up getting a phone call from the school, take her to the hospital and get it checked out. Our local hospital does not deal with anything major. It's basically basic stuff, and you get moved on if it is more serious. We're a very, very small country town. You're looking at 500 people. She realised that if it is serious, she's going to miss out on netball, and she didn't want to miss out on netball. So she's there with the nurse going, "Oh no, it's fine, I can move it." That night she woke up in excruciating pain. We couldn't even ice it by that point. It was making it worse. So I took her, it was a whole bunch of running around. I had to drive into town because they were doing photos with the new netball uniforms, pick up William, who was over at sleepover, drive back, drop William off, continue driving to Geraldton, which is our biggest, closest hospital. And that's, you know, 2-ish hour drive. And the doctor there was like, "Oh no, it's fine, she can move it." She started vomiting, mind you, at some point during the drive, because we put it now down to pain or stress or something. And he's like, "Oh no, she's not screaming or anything when she's moving it." Yeah, no, he came back and he goes, "Would you like the good news or the bad news?" I'm like, is it worse than what could be a fracture, like at this point? He's like, no, Mum's right, you have a fracture. So I don't know if it got potentially worse because she was trying to prove a point and moving it around, or whether She just has an extremely high pain threshold. But she's got a back slab cast until we can get into the fracture clinic, which is this Friday. So at the minute, the 3 girls are away in Perth. They are competing in the state band championships with the high school. Their division is the junior brass band. And it's like raining down there, and they had massive storms, and you know, it's yeah, wet and wild. So she's down there. The music teacher was like, it's a left hand, she can still play. If she still wants to come, she can still play. So she's done that. And then, not this week, but the following week, she can go to camp. And I would like a full cast on by that point. So Friday, unless something crops up, is when she can get her full cast. And then she's got that for a couple of weeks. I don't know. It's all fun and games. So yeah, finished seating. Maybe if I have a photo, I'll put in a photo of our seating rig at some point. But yeah, finished seating. It's been hot. Not hot, but you know, hotter than what you expect for autumn. And yeah, just crazy busy. All right, let's get into what you're really here for, which is stitching. Which apparently I didn't bring anything with me. I just brought all the other stuff. All right, pausing and we'll get in the other stuff. I can't believe I did that. Picked up everything else that I needed bar the whips. Right, so first up I have inspirations, which I didn't get the page finish like I was hoping. So inspirations by Rosebud Manor. This was my first 3 monthly. Okay, if you're new here, and I'm sure this is boring as bat poop to everyone that has to hear this on a regular basis, but I have 5 whips that I work every month, 1 whip that I focus on for 3 months. So I have 4 whips for the whole 12 months broken up for 3 monthly focuses. And then I have 12 whips that I pick randomly with the Tiny Decision app to do just 1,000 stitches for 1 month. This was my January, February, March, but I was so close to finishing the top row that instead of pulling out my new Joan Elliott when I had a Joan Elliott finish, pulling up another Joan Elliott whip for that 5, I decided to keep this out until this is finished. This is in an Emily C bag, who no longer does bags. And this is on 32 count. Lost my little card. Gold Digger, Old Map by Colour Cascades, which is back dyeing, but not to order. What she's basically doing is she'll do a load of dyes, put it up on the website. You can go and buy it, so they're already dyed. She will take some pre-dyes if you really specifically want a colour, but you have to wait till she's actually dyeing in a batch for that to happen. And I don't think she's taking huge orders either at this stage. So here is where I was before, and here I am. So not counting, oh God, I don't like how I'm sitting today. I did 876 stitches, not counting the back stitch. So that's the whole thing, and that's where I was working. So this is the end. So I don't really have a lot to do. And the pages are not really big. And that's actually a pretty good reputation of the fabric as well. I am pretty sure I'm not going to need all of this fabric, which means I'll have leftovers for something else. Most of my, I don't really name who my needle minders are because most of the needle minders I have are no longer accompanied by StitchNButton. So this will stay out until I finish that top row, and then it will go away. Next I worked on was Veronica. That's not Veronica. And this is in a bag by Jan Stitching Necessities, and you can still get her to make bags. Excuse me. Now this was my, if I didn't like it by the end of this, it was going to be ditched basically. So Veronica, which I keep calling Victoria because I know someone called Victoria, but it is Veronica by Portrait of Veronica by Mirabilia Designs, MD 147. This is stitched on 32 count Glacier by Picture This Plus. Here is where it was, and I did 926 stitches, which is less than I usually gang for 1,000, but I had a really good stopping point. I'm just going to move you back a little bit more. And that's where we are. Now I feel like you're too far away. Oh my God. So this is where I worked in. And I was slightly worried because this kind of blended into the fabric. It doesn't look it on screen, but when I look at it, it looked blended. But then when I looked here, it kind of does the same thing. And those beads kind of help make it a little bit differential. So I think it'll be fine. I kind of fell back in love with it, and I'm not going to restart it on different fabric. And I think it will honestly be fine. So there we go. So happy that I kind of went, oh yes, I do like the fabric and I like stitching on this chart. Right, then I stitched on Day Nymph for 1,018 stitches. This is the one that as soon as I'm finished Autumn Queen, I'm gonna replace this with Autumn Queen until it's finished, and then I'll go and bring in Winter Queen as my rotation. So this is Day Nymph, MD 104 by Mirabilia, and this is one with the Valdoni threads. Which I have, and they are very beautiful and variegated. I have had issues with breakage. This time, no. So, and this is stitched on. So I have my little card. 32 count by Under the Sea Fabrics, ZEPHYRUS. Why am I messy writing? And I did, oh, and this bag is by my friend Melody, who made me a couple of bags, and I just love them. So, before pick, after pick, I got into the wings because I finished the dress last time. Did some more black and the orange. So if you look in the picture, it is very different to mine. I have these colours on my thread. It was just the threads that I picked out just didn't have a lot of those colours. There is some variegation there, but it's just not as dark as that. And you can switch them around so you could have that stark. I just chose to stick with what I picked out. That's a good reputation of the fabric. I've got the Night Nymph and it's on the other half of this. And when I get them framed, I'll get them framed together. But no. Really enjoyed this. And reality, once I get, so this is my 3-monthly whip. So I've got 1 more month on it this month before I spin again for the next 3 months. And it'll be so close to a finish that I will keep it out once Autumn Queen is done and get it finished. Okay, then I stitched on Anzac for 1,094 stitches. And this is in a Stitch and Button bag. With a Stitch and Button needle minder. So Anzac by Long Dog Sampler. This is stitched on 32 count with a name I can't pronounce and don't know on the top of my head. And I got a page finish. And I started, I'm showing you the back as well, because go me. There we go. And I've started into the last page for that row. So we are stitching, this is New Zealand. So I finished off doing the bits in here, the bird and the thing on the bottom. And this is the North and South Island of New Zealand. And I come over and did the whale. Love this piece. Very happy with just choosing plain DMC 310 for this one, for what I wanted to represent. The fabric represents Australia and the dirt dryness that it can be, and the black represents, hopefully not insensitively, the black tattoos that the Maoris have for their culture. Right. In this Emily C bag is Autumn Queen, which I did 1,032 stitches. Stitched on 32 count Belfast in Ancient. Here we go. So old that it's a photo. See the before. And here we are. So I stitched the arm and the boob side of this dress, and then the cape, which was good. It was a good mixture of colours. And again, funny enough, this looks like it's fading into the fabric, but when I see it, it stands out reasonably well. So I chose not to use Whisper White for the white bit, and instead I am using 3865. No. The only ones that are using Whisper White is Winter and Royal Holiday. So that's what I've done. Hoping this will be finished this year, but it will be a late finish. So, and I'm still working on it. but I did 526 stitches last month for Outback Storm in May, and then I've done like 200 stitches for June. So before print, and this is Outback Storm by Heaven and Earth Designs, photo by Jeff Pritchard. And that tree is slowly killing me. I have a page finish as well. So I've only got 2 more, like it's 3 and a bit pages high with gazillions this way as my fingers are covering it. But that tree was heavily confetti that I've gone up a bit to get quick stitches in, because like 100 stitches in here takes me forever. But I have got a page finish, so I've only got 2 more to go and I've reached the top. Okay. And that's all my stitching. Now I did spin for my June 12 month, the one that I do just for stitch on for 1 month, and it pulled Tree of Hope. So this is going into plans, so hopefully I'll get 1,000 stitches into this one. That's my starting point. It's the first mirror I've ever started up the top, and it is by Fancy Fabrics. It's really awesome fabric. There's the details. I got this from a Stitch in Time, which is a cross-stitching shop, online and mortar cross-stitching shop in Hobart. So that's my starting point. Because I restarted this last year. So the fabric was yellow and I didn't end up liking it, and it ended up having super duper marks on it. So this will be getting stitched on Inspirations Until It's Finished, Outback Storm, Autumn Queen, Day Nymph, Anzac, and I also didn't stitch on this one, which is taking a place of my finish from last month, which was A Perfect World. So I'm stitching on this every month until it's finished, and I didn't get to it last month. Right, that's that. That's plans. That's what I've stitched on. Now for the stuff that I've got. It seems a lot, but some of this, the stuff that I got from StitchNButton, we just had for a while until it was enough to send. And then, as I said, Colour Cascades has come back, but they're doing, so she'll just put up on her website what she has, and it's first in, best dressed. And I think she will do orders, but it literally is, it will not get done until she is doing her dyeing. And she's not taking, like, I'm guessing, you could message her, like 50 orders in one hit. It is to make her life easier and the supplies of fabric that she can get easier. Because it all went pear-shaped during pandemic and supply issues and stuff. So I got Lavender Fields. All that to say is I brought some fabric, which I'm thinking of doing a restart on. I am doing a restart on Rapunzel because it's going to Iona, and Iona doesn't like pink, and the fabric's pink. This, I think, will be a better fit. Lavender blue, and that's pretty accurate on colours. Lavender Fields and Lavender Blue. This one is darker. Sorry for the crinkles. Whole Lot of Love. I obviously went through a blue stage. This is also Opal Epsom. After the Rain. I have a mermaid in mind for this one. confetti. 28. Most of these are 28 count Lagana. This one's 32 count Storm. I actually think I might get this in a fat half and do this for the other restart of Moon Fairy, maybe. And then just because I love it, I got a 28 count of Silver Springs. Right. Now this all started with Vicky StitchNButton because I saw this bag and I need a drink of coffee. And I loved it. Helps if I put it the right way. And I really, really wanted it. But one bag all the way from America is kind of useless. So I got some stuff together. But in it, Vic and I were talking, like, I wanted to kit up some stuff that I haven't kit up previously. So You Belong to Me, which will be going on Dust Bunny by Fox and Rabbit, and I've never used their fabric before, with this silk from Silks Are You, and I've got to look up the number, and when I start it I will have the number. So that's, and while it's empty, that's the inside. But I was just like, oh, I love that bag. I want that bag. I don't need that bag, but I want it. So I'm very happy. And then I saw this bag. And I like this bag too. And in it, I have put in Athena, the goddess of wisdom. And I also got the little, because I love these little bags to put all the specialty frosts in. So that's in this bag. And that's the inside cover. And this one, if you saw my last video, you saw how many Teresa Kogut charts I brought, and I love Teresa Kogut. And this is a Teresa Kogut pattern fabric. I had to have it. So again, and this is the inside. I have put in this one, the voice is so sweet. He speaks and the sound of his voice is so sweet. The birds hush their singing. And it's not too bad in size and that. And I also got these two little bags because I love these. They're so useful for me, and I can't sew, so it's not like I can make these, to put those little extra. And a lot of my whips have specialty threads, or Krynic is a specialty thread, but you know, there's Krynic, there's water lilies, there's this, there's that, and it just keeps them nice and safe and away from little hands. I also got this, which is the matching fabric to that bag, so you can put needles and stuff in there and thread, and then it just flips up. Love this. I also got needle nut minders, and these needle minders are giving me a little bit of a hassle because they're so strong they keep sticking together. Is there anything? Nope. No swear words on these. So these are all from StitchNButton. I am unstoppable. Slow process is still progress. 0 days without sarcasm. I can't say it now. Is not recommended. And then I also got, I'm not even going to try and say that word because once I kept trying to say Aldi, and now it's just stuck in my head. I run on caffeine, chaos, and cuss words. Warning, my sense of humour might offend your feelings. Stay positive with a skull, and this pretty moth that goes that way. And I also got some thread holders from her, different sizes. And she was very nice and helped me do an order. And I can't think of the lady's name. Vic from StitchNButton found her, and there's these thread drops. And if you're not fussy on it being perfect, there's some that are often like there's something slightly wrong with them, and she sells them at a really good discount price. I will contact Vicky, get the link and put it below. But I got a whole heap of these thread drops, which will come in handy if I start a long dog. So you can put thread drops in there, and then the bit that you're not using somewhere in there, and then you can hang them. But yeah, so these ones, and they also came with little stickers that you can write numbers on. Right, and that's it. Seems a lot. Bar maybe some fabric that I get from Colour Cascades. The Pacific for fabrics, I think that is me done for a while. I kind of didn't buy anything a lot. Like I bought stuff, but not a lot for the last couple of years. And then all of a sudden, everything I liked was available. Which happens. Oh my God, this fly. Anyway, I am going to go and get geared up to watch Star Wars with William, because William's home alone. And I promised him we would watch Star Wars in the right order, which is A New Hope, and Emperor Strikes Back, and The Return of the Jedi. And then I'll watch 1, 2, and 3 with him. I have actually not seen 7, 8, 9 because I threw a hissy fit. I read the original books that came out, and Han and Leia got married, and they had 3 kids, twins. Luke got married and had a baby. Like, it's completely different to the movies, and it drove me nuts, and I haven't watched it because of it. I got grumpy, but I watched at least the original 3 with him, and we might go for a walk in the rain. We did a bit of walking yesterday, spent some time with, you know, hubby, me, and William. It was nice. It's nice. He doesn't often get just him time. And this fly is going to die as soon as I get off and gonna find some fly spray and kill it. So, oh my God, I nearly forgot. So in my package from Vicky was a very, very, very special gift. She got this cup made for me. So it has some of my finishes. So it's got Summer Queen, it's got Strawberry Fields, Winter Queen, Peridot Fairy, First I Drink the Coffee. That's my latest finish. I like Lady Rose. And it's got my name on it, and I just love it. I haven't used it. It's sitting very safely away from any possibility of getting broken. But oh my God, this was one of the reasons I had to get up, besides getting my whips. I had to get this cup, and it's amazing, and I love it, and I'm going to treasure it forever and try not to break it. So thank you, Vicky. I already thanked you. It was an amazing gift, and I can't believe I nearly forgot to show it. Right, on that note, happy stitching, happy month. I hope it goes well. I hope wherever you are, it's good for you. So crazy in the world right now. Slightly thing. So we got 15 mils of rain and a quick shower just then. My sister lives in Bunbury, and in the last 3 weeks, they've had 2 massive storms, like 100 mils of rain each storm. Areas of Bunbury got hit with tornadoes, without power, disruptions. Actually, all down south got hit with this massive storms as well. You know, roofs off. It is just crazy. And here we are sitting in our little bubble up here. And we're not the only ones that are looking for rain, desperately praying for rain. And these people are like, enough's enough. Stop. So frustrating. Anyway, on that note, I hope wherever you are safe and you're having a great time, and happy stitching. See ya.